the things, that I think, and that for me, it's a longer process because I have to pitch in all these things and getting information from the airline. For the whole year. And I know I've worked for the airline, and sometimes that schedule change over the year on how they do the aircraft change, maintenance. It changed the aircraft
schedules.
type, yeah, that
And
is already been programmed
And
from the
even
beginning of the
by
year.
planning earlier, it helps with the finance on the
Yeah, on the fares.
On the fares.
So that's my second one. Once I do all this and done all the dates, then I will call the travel agency that we book with. And every year that happens in my office. So they will send a rep. She will come into the office. And thank you, Verna, for your faithfulness. And I'll call my team, and they will bring their diary. So we will be having, I said, okay, this is the thing, this is the thing. This is the trip. Can you check? I wanted to cross-check with her as she check in her system from the travel agency whether it's matching what I'm anticipating it's going to happen. From the information that I got from the airline, the aircraft type that I already got, the flight numbers, and the flight days. So she will write down her notes to her travel agency, and our people, Luisa and Tomasi, they will also jot down the same thing that I'm saying. And straight after that meeting, then I will follow up on the email. Everything that we've discussed per the country, and the days, and the itinerary, I will email copying her boss and copying our people. So I'll print out that email and paste it on the book, this book. And this becomes my travel book. So anything that I change, I'll dash it in red pen and email them again. And any invoice, say like if it's ministry based, like for the events that we travel and they send funding because they are paying for the tickets or paying for certain things. When they send it to the ministry account, and that's how it goes, because it's for their event. And if I'm taking my family and my children and my grandchildren, that becomes my personal. So when the travel agencies sit there, and these two, they will record what is personal, and they will record what is ministry related or what is company related. So with that, I have, I'm blessed in a way that I managed to get the attention of this travel agency owner or the boss of the travel agency. So I have negotiated, I think it's 2 years now in the running, that they have given our company a contract, which means if I'm booking a ticket today, I don't really necessarily have to pay for today. So they've given me 21 days, or sometimes I ask,
clear the tickets.
Yeah, sometimes I ask for 30 days, or sometimes if I'm really, really tired, then I will email them and I say, can you give me 40 days account? So I don't really need to pay. They've given me 40 days for that to be paid. And that's when our team, or Luisa, will come in. Whenever she raises the voucher, regardless whichever way it's going to go, whether it's ministry or personal, then it becomes the 40 days, the date the invoice is received. And then I will always ask her, okay, how many days do we have more? Because I'm looking at the finances and waiting for the funds to come through, and a lot of things that is involved. So it takes a lot of planning. For me, planning is very important, and that is why I want to, remind us. Sometimes it's right there if you plan well. And like last year, we took our family. We went on the December event, and we stayed on to have some family quality time. That didn't just happen. Like, I have to plan it from the beginning of the year. And after the planning, all the plan that involves my family, then I will take it back. When we have our devotion, then I will tell them, okay, we are planning this event and this event and this event for us to all go. And this, we need to all go and have family time out. And they'll take that portion on these little boards or little reminders in front of their study places, and their little books, journal, that I've taught them to write their list. And I will tell them, write in your list that we need to go to this travel. We need funds for our tickets. We need funds for our Airbnb to go and stay. And just as I planned for the church, also for the company, and I also planned for the family. Because most of the times we'll say to ourselves, make us feel good. Oh, too busy. I can't take my family for vacation. Oh, no, I just don't have any money. No one has the money. Most of the time when we plan, we basically don't have anything on us. And I always tell them, okay, today we managed to pay somebody's tickets. So whatever is happening, I will come back and have our devotion and update them. Okay, today we managed to pay our Airbnb. So as we get updated, it's like across from our life, and we get excited together as a family, because that's a portion that they're looking at. And for me, it's like, okay, that's one. And concurrently running with other things that I do on the side. And little things. Sometimes from the beginning for you, instead, no, I cannot do that. Or you look at certain things you want to be part of, and instead, oh, I won't be able to do that. Don't give up. Plan it, write it down. You will be surprised. You'll never know what comes, that helps you to achieve your plan. Like what you said, okay, and era tuba ko era na tik may taon ni balati libo na kar da kaba libo na non rawabo ki libo na kar da kaba ki mami na tikong gay na kor ako ay makakatiko mga salibo kila ini ngona tuba kina era sintufana do na kaba sa monotonous iko yang rang na matakalilay no mo nang ngauna
Ningo na talaga sa mga tuwa na life becomes boring the way that you live your
Yeah.
life, the way that you look at life. And there is no excitement. When you wake up in the morning, there is no smiling in your face because there is no challenge. But when there are events and you plan,
you're excited.
they're excited. And it changes the way that you look at life. It changes the way that you look at yourself. And the people too will see you that you are always exciting, you are always going, because you have a plan. But if there is no plan, life will be very, very boring. Yeah.
Hindi na dati na kora kaya sa rangan ito man
Yeah.
kaya rin ito man kaya kaya man deki baka kaya chuk may lao senda chuk san may vono lebo kila lebo na bila kaya kila lebo na wanga o lao mbo yawa to kai esto na vono lao yawa stara tu stara tu mento na tale na evano esto na kaya kaya rin ito man kaya rin kayo kento rin yung ande to kay suva to rin yung ande to kay suva na bakyong to rin di mo to rin di ne se to le siko vendua. So, sari itu mani. Oh, nabi tabi kanon tu ponto. Taring ini ponto. Sabalitok. Oh, tamani, tamani labu-lebu na ponto. Na ponto ko sari ni buli telikin doon tutang suka. Eleven na kaya enda na makasamata. Yan nangaw na ya. Ningaw na iko tiba ka kina no mumata pumali. Rodela ko tumanda nga may ponto may nawanga. May sarsara. Barta ko na kaya dito kike, ngwa na kango. O te aponta tal. Na bakasta mai ole deve kende ni tu ke bakanda do kai balu si labo me baka mendo chana kameanga non dala ke baka endo eva mau non no songo talendo sendo mai lenga ge baka era oni nda baka buna menda kaya inda do menda to lako ye menda tu bana na kame baleti kenda menda ko tanga no luvenda mendo ngana ndango nga bang matu mal ore de baka nrenre weekend menda tu bana se menda kaya nda banga takana non da yao se non da labo e na vuku ni non da matu mal ko ya vina kata mo se weekend ni ko de re vina ka mi sona ngona nda tu bana sona kana non da matu mal baleti lebe ngona na kanda da kabe ke yo ke da sava kanira tikot me nakakaran deling TV somiti ko na bili be kenda na bi korkor wala katiko na bono in taoni esto na korti ko sarani na bi kemni na korti ko men taoni kemni retu na kaya tiko kemni sarun tu mani kemni sotal na kaya rauni rawa ele mo na kaya rauni rawa io pur tal tu ni lavo be kenda ele mo na kato sa sengene lavo ka ko kato ka ni ko be kemni na tiko inandi au kila wakambota be nanronga talenga singi shota ki nanronga abati kila inandi bati lebe nang kiro tuki nandi do nangona bala dator na labo nilisi dator na labo nilisi iko saroni kila tiko na bulanda ba iko torki ne labo ya so nge basika mai na yambaki iko satuaniko bengo na yadme kile labo ya mindona ka kama da nanom do mal o kentori da kabango o kentori ngandeke ningela ko mai ne labo ya satu na bono ngolekina bati niko satu vana se niko sakila tiko labo mai na ena vulna ya ena yambaki iko sarintuan o namba kingongo iko sarintuan nimbernia do namba kia iko satu bukina so ela ko tikmo nela be babo tukana ena sona kai ko na sinrawani rawata mo marreni lavo mo bulia ngela ko mento na umai lavo esa da ka oti tubiko sala ko saranga mai sotave sona ka iko do tubana se ko vina katambia ka me ko achievta ka se mo rawat ko ka kero ondo no na bala butukini nandi en o tiko bi ta kana do sange baki tinika ono tinika ono sa tiko ta na Indiana Rao en the region of Fiji o sa tiko ta kia na so se la le sara na embaki na 1982 au da kina na ninda torch kundo ni stawe wal sang vul kawal nan dolan don ma dawa sel musul karu ame baka samta aw nanu ma sando ni lavo levo aw somana nangu tai na tinangu tiko pat kiong garvi ko etiko on dola na non account musu ko kondo non ne lavo na kena mo aw mo sanga me mbulukin ko matu bal in addition na kay rawato ko ne lavo ya at that time was was plenty. Yun nila ya, yung kung gabitan ko, baka nga it's like a pin you drop into the ocean. Sindo, baka kila na $50 na $40. Ang balata na visa ni Vanua, kaya na cost of living has gone high. Yun yung may rede kina, doon ang una, may rede list. Yung nandi, sanda kila, ang gona nito release. Isa visa na lista lang na nangonang iliw sendo lako uma. Ngo baka sa lilis sa bumay na kaendo ado iliw. Ang gamay baka samtak, kaya baka kami manage to give na kanilisia. O nandi man nga rin do na shopping plaza level. May token na Vanua ay na koro. Sir invest na company ni Basi, si taxi, meron token.
Balta ko ni siya na ituwa ni kutuna ni siya na ituwa na resource ko may. And baka taksartungan ni baka taki. And daron ka makasam sabwe. Doon na siya tabo lang cuma may bukit tabi okay rongo tu ko na CEO o Solomon Inata na TLTB. Mengi mos tiko ka ni doon na ngone me pole tu into na koro torilisi ni sembari yang bagi chini kawalu non nila wala ko tiko na nila kembali etiko na resource otra manda bira la delisi ke baka tubo binaka o matabale se va koro ko ikutuna siya ando a manua sa ando a supermarket lebu baltango na ni siya na tubo baka da sini kila na kena baka ngata kinila bo ni na lakutu ngamay biya ono na bula lakutu mai dona una da kina talwa sesu la bikoro au tarong sara la come baka bitu o ila da industrial area
Ano na cement factory.
Nigo ya tamani
Na Nestle ko yung kinakambay ni Ritik yan.
Dona baki la come bida baka ron dona baki and you talking about millions ni darida na resource la kumai Desa na itu betul, kala doon tu kambani, wak matawal. Kaya siya mo andoni, so non da mindset, lako le ibuli daka. Isi itu betul, lako le ibuli doon mo kambani. Siya ko dito bakang ko, may kaya ko tutu na, di ko na mo baka ready to no store, no ready to na canteen may kuribuli. Baka kaya siya ni tuwa na ni raoni doon na kambani lebu. Yeah, say that you can become a owner, a boss of yourself.
Of your own company.
Yeah. Baka satu ngabi kata itu betul ba? Kenta sare itu kana daka. Sinda. Ya, lebu tal itu sona ka eronin da tubana. So eran da un roini, so eran da ulang sere, kana so eran da un gito, tubo binaka. Nang gito ko rin ko tamay thousands and thousands. Tubo binaka. Na tabe na do ni uchi nang gito, bali ko sini gito tabe na wasa ngabun. So kaya na itu betul ya. Ko na planning to doko.
Yeah.
Ni binaka na planning, ko na resource na lako may lebu sa lilay, na baka nga taging abo binaka.
Yeah, so I mean, we're talking a lot about planning because we believe when you plan, there's a lot of things that you can achieve, a lot of things. Maybe because I grew up just planning. I plan, and I'm always writing, and I'm always anticipating. If it doesn't work, what is my next option? What is my alternative? And I'm always having that. So there's never been a dull moment, and sometimes it's a disadvantage to me because my mind is so full awake and I struggle to sleep, just doing all these things. And so, like for this year, I sort of said to myself, okay, with all the planning that I've been doing, plan this, plan that, plan that, plan that. Now I'm planning my life. Before, I don't even plan my life, being, just there for everybody else. And sometimes it's exhausting doing that. And sometimes maybe some of you people just choose not to plan because it brings a lot of stress to your life, or you bring a lot of extra responsibilities of you to be able to achieve that. So this year I was saying to myself, no, this year I will include myself into the plan. I will plan my me time or my white space that I need to be on my own. I need to do something on my own because it's either I'm there, doing the ministry things, or here doing the company things, or here doing the family things. And sometimes the years come in and go by, people come in and go, and you are there, planning everything. So this year, instead, no, this year I'm going to include some white space for me that I can sit, know my name, have my coffee, not having to check my Viber or check whether this event has transpired. I'm beginning to do it a little bit of it for the last 2 years. Like if it doesn't work, and if they come and say, "Oh, there is something," I said, "It's okay. If it doesn't work, that's fine." And that's not me. Before, no, I'll say, "Okay, do this, do that, do that. Why don't we do this?" But now, like if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If I address it and no one is responding, I either have to do it myself or I just say to myself, "No, I'm going to rest it out." So those are little things that you can do with your life. You can plan your life well, knowing your resources, like what Gasilivo mentioned this morning. You know fully well what you're earning for the year. You know the funds coming in if you to release. You know if you have your company. You know when your company makes well, makes good. You know the money coming in. And you know some of the business you're doing doesn't really rake in that kind of money. Maybe the beginning of the year is for you to do your, analysis of all these things. What works? What doesn't work. Don't keep on doing some things that never works. Because if not, like it stress you out, you are busy doing it, you're committing a lot of time, a lot of money invested, but it's not bringing out the returns that it's supposed to be bringing out. Those are the things you stand still today and you look back. For me, my look back, if I look at the events, I will ask, that's a meeting that we're going to have after this, because we have our executive managers that are part of the EXCO or the executive committee. So what we do, when we have these dates, this is the first question I will ask them, how effective was this program when it was planned. So we'll just reflect, not to only last year, to the previous years. How have we, evolved from what it was? And doing the same thing, does it work? The impact, is it the same? Has it increased or decreased? And asking all these questions help us to make the change, and maneuver it in a way that we are doing things. If we are investing finances and also investing our energy in it, we are doing that because we know that works and it packs. Because if not, then we are wasting our money, we are wasting our time, we are wasting our energy. That you're continuously doing something. You know fully well it doesn't bring the return and it's not impacting anybody. But in your list, you just feel good. Oh, I've done that. It's like a tick list. Your diary or your year planner looks so crowded, but the effectiveness of all the things that you have slotted down on your year planner, you need to find out, analyze it, and that change whatever that you need to do moving forward. Yeah, those are the little things that can help us to plan our life better, because it's the beginning of the year. So as you plan your events, plan your life, plan where you're supposed to be, also plunk into the year calendar the birth dates of your children, the birth dates of your spouse, of your family, of your loved ones. For me, my whiteboard is right in front of me in my office. So I have a corner there that every day, every month, I'll have a staff that comes in to write the birthdays for that particular month for the staff. So we'll have different columns. We have the staff, and then we have the dependents, like their spouse and their children, and all their birthdays for that particular month. So in a month, whoever comes into the office, I'm looking at that. And I said, okay, it's your daughter's birthday. Oh, it's your son's birthday, because I'm looking at that. And they will look up to the board. Every month, they will come in and they will write that month and the birthday. So by now, I know the months. Like I've been doing that since I joined the company. I can know whose birthday was in this month, or I will be saying, hey, it's a birthday for, if they forget to write it out or they miss them out, I will look and I will know somebody's not here. And I said, just check. I think this child birthdays together with this child. And when they check, yeah, it is. So even if they forget or they make a mistake in writing it, but because I've been doing it every year, I roughly know now the birthday months. I may lose out on the date sometimes, but I know the birthday months for the staff because I'm writing it out there to be in my face kind of thing. So that becomes the company that I work with and their birthdays. But for my family, I slot them into the diary and also into my the year plan and also into my diary. And now for this month, we have two birthdays. We have one of my adopted grandson, Joshua's best friend, Junior, and Carlos. Carlos is on the 8th of Feb, and for Junior, his birthday is on the 11th of January. And for Joshua, it's on the 28th. So by last night, as we were sitting having dinner, my son, kept on reminding me, Mom, remember, it's Joshua's birthday on the 28th. Joshua's birthday on the 28th, and that is happening like next Tuesday. And that's like everybody at home knows whose birthday it is, what month. So it gives a good feeling like you value them and their life matter. You give that attention to them, and it may not be something big that you do. It's not the cake that you bring. It's not the things that you organize. And thank you, SP Laini Vasuinuku, who always helped me with the last minute cake request. Thank you so much. Just say for Junior's birthday. So I just vibe her. I think it was like in the middle of the night. Asking her, can you, are you able to make some cakes for me? I need 2 cakes because his birthday is today, but we were having the lunch for his birthday on the next day. And so I have to order 2 cakes. And very economical, affordable for me. So when those cakes come, the first cake, he was out in a wedding with his family. And that was like 3 o'clock in the morning. He's knocking on the door, and I'm looking at him, and I said, do you know it was your birthday on Saturday? And now it's on early Sunday morning. And I said, your cake we put back in the fridge. And that particular day, we were having the lunch. So all these 2 cakes, after we did everything, came home, and I said, okay, you're going to take your cakes, take it to your family. And I know you've just finished coming back from your family, getting together, your relatives on a wedding. And there are some relatives you might know, so take this cake. And so it doesn't cost much, but it makes somebody feel so good, feel so important that the attention is given. So those are the little things you can do. Sometimes my mind is really stretched out, say for the staff birthday, and they depend. Sometimes the finances are not really there. So I will organize them. Okay, how much is it if you can just make me 6 cupcakes, 8 cupcakes? So we look for a nice little box. Doesn't cost much. And that's why I say, thank you, Lani. Put all the cupcakes inside. And then on their birthday, you're receiving cupcakes. So it doesn't cost much, but you will never measure the excitement of that child receiving those cupcakes. Yeah, those are the little things to do and remember over the year. Because if not, you go through your busy year with no regards to your family, no attention given to your children. And like what I said, well justified because you're busy with work, and they do understand. But I believe now it's the time. Maybe for me, I'm getting more involved and more engaged because I'm not getting any younger, I'm getting older. And not only that, I'm seeing my grandchildren, they are growing up so fast, and I'm beginning to feel, boy, I'm going to lose these children very soon because they have lives to live. I will not be able to hold on to them for the rest of their lives. They need to live on, move on with their lives. And I need to find the closure that I have nurtured, looked after them, counseled, trained them to this far. And I must teach myself that there is a time for me to let them go. And those are the processes that I'm doing now. And I'm trying to think, okay, have I done this with this child? Have I done this with that? So I'm calling Joshua, have we done this? What about this? No, you haven't done that. No, you haven't even told me that. So I'm beginning to race with time to try and supplement to make sure what I had desired for them to reach that age and the knowledge, the wisdom, the planning, the things that they must have with them, that I have to achieve it with them. More so now for Joshua, my eldest one, because he will be living, with Vish, moving on with his life, on his studies. And that I still need to come to terms with it. Because Joshua, from the time he was born, he basically was my child. He stayed home, raised at home. He's never slept in his parents' home. And he grew up like my own son, other than my grandson. And I have only one son. So he's so close to my children. And sometimes when he's talking to his uncle, or calling out, Elijah, and say, that's your uncle. You have to say, Uncle Elijah. Because they grew up together, they look at each other like brother, and then he looks at himself like he's a little brother to his aunties. And sometimes when you look at them, it's just like he's one of them. So that's Joshua. And now I'm beginning to feel all this while, since birth, he's been with me for the last 19 years, now turning 20 on Tuesday, on the 28th, I'm beginning to feel the pinch, like when he goes, I'm so used to the fact that he's always home, or I walk out from my bedroom and the first thing that I do, because his bedroom is directly opposite mine, and that's where him and his friends sleep. Every time I walk out from the bedroom, unconsciously, I'll just peep in, to their room. I peep into their room and I'll just look at him. If I know that he hasn't, woken up to go for gym in the morning, then I will come. Joshua, remember, are you going for gym? And that becomes normal. Now I'm beginning to think, I'll be doing that unconsciously. Not doing, that is no longer there. And when you do something, then it becomes part of your life, year in, year out, day in, day out. Then it becomes a habit. And those are the things that I'm beginning to try and teach myself that one time I will not be doing that. So I'm concentrating on my other two that are here with me, year 13 and year 12. And we've had fun. Like after this program, like last Saturday, we really sat and had good fun. Talk about nearly everything and anything. Future job, what it's, to come. The kind of earning that they're looking at. The practicality. Because one of them is pure science. And I said, and he loves engineering. And he said, no, I can do that, or I can do that, or I can go for pilot training. And, and then I look at him and I said, okay, I know you love to do that, you love to do that because of the subjects you're taking. But you have to be practical. We don't have the money to send you straight there. We don't have the money to send you, but you can have faith. But look at it in the most practical way, which means you don't really need to go out and achieve all these things. You can look for a job, do your job, and on the side you can still do this training. There's a lot of ways for you to reach the same destination, but different roads, different ways. And I really enjoyed those, quality time, just sitting, talking about their future, what they desire, and little things. Because I love my grandchildren to be open with me. I love my children to be open with me. I don't like them hiding things. I don't want them to feel, shall I tell Nana? Or I'm scared to tell Nana. Or shall I tell Mom? I'm scared to tell Mom. I try as much as possible to, open up. Regardless whether it's good or whether it's bad, I'll try and have a listening ear just to listen to them. And now sometimes when I'm listening, you're fuming, getting angry, and I need to remind myself, okay, at least she's coming to tell you, or at least, he's telling you exactly as it is. So I want them to feel free to come and tell me, not to hide anything, because from there, they will know if they are in trouble, they can easily come and tell me, and I'll find a way to fix them. And when that happens, then it comes with all the lectures and everything that comes with it. So yeah, those are the little things I do. And I may be sharing today and you'll find it relatable or how for you to handle. I received a message I was actually reading this message last night. I didn't realize it was sent straight after the family table talk last Saturday. And I know you're listening in. Auntie Atelete, and when I just read your message last night. When I was reading her message, which was sent after the family table talk last Saturday, she mentioned about her daughter, who also sat for year 13. And she said they know her capability, the marks that she should get. And not bad. She scored well, over the 300 out of 400. But she said, I was not happy with the marks she scored. And after listening to the family table talk last week, it made me, realize, appreciate, and relook at it in a different way. And, there may be others, like what we said on Sunday, that we may not be happy. I was not, the marks I see on my grandson is not the marks that he's capable of. And the first thing, for me, my first assessment, I just assess, because I know his capability, but I quickly assess in my mind his year 2024. What was he doing? His commitment to the rugby and everything else that he was doing, for me to justify, justify the marks that I'm looking at because of all other things, that happens in his life. And this is one thing that I've always reminded my grandchildren. My grandchildren goes to an all-boys school. And I believe all Fijian boys, they love rugby. They love rugby. And sometimes you look at it like crazy, Maybe because I'm not a rugby lover, I don't go out of my way to watch rugby. I don't even know the rules of the rugby. All I know is like the points.
Yeah, it's not only rugby, it's the sports.
Yeah,
It's a spirit of sports.
Yes, but I'm